So in my previous video we have discussed about the subdivision Pteropsida. So let's continue from that. So basically there is a cluster of sporangium. The cluster of sporangia which is known as sori or sorus. Basically sorus is the singular form, right? Consider that this is the sori and it contains basically a lot of bags that have this sporangia. Basically this is the sori and these are basically the sporangium, right? So if we take this one sporangium out, so consider that this is something like this. Okay, these sporangia basically bear a stalk. These sporangia bear a stalk which is known as sporangiophore. And this membrane is known as false indusion. This membrane is basically known as false indusion, and this is one sorus. This is sorus, or we can say one singular sori is known as sorus, right? If we take this sporangium out, so this structure is something like this, right? This is basically this is basically capsule. This is sporangiophore. This is basically, we talk about, this is sporangia. If we see this capsule in like in a magnified way, it is something like this. Basically this part is known as annulus. This is basically thick walled cells. This part is known as annulus. This part is basically known as stomium. It is thin walled cell, which is known as stomium, right? And this contains spore mother cells. This contains spore mother cells, right? So now if we talk about the gametophyte phase, the gametophyte phase, so this is basically haploid and this contains the both sexes. It contains both sexes, the antheridia and the archegonia. So obviously that this archegonia will produce the egg and this antheridia will produce the antherizoids, or you can say sperms. Antherizoids, right? This gametophyte generation is basically dorsoventral. It means that the upper portion of the gametophyte will be photosynthetic, right? And this gametophyte is also known as prothallus. We have discussed this thing in our previous videos as well. This gametophyte is known as prothallus, and they develop a stem. Their stem is basically stem is prostate. Stem is prostate. It means the stem is this linear, like this type of is known as prostate, and their gametophyte is basically heart shaped. Gametophyte, heart shaped, right? Let's make the heart. It's something like this, and it contains both sexes, the antheria and the archegonia. This is an archegonia. This is antheria, right? And it also contains the unicellular rhizoids. Now if we talk about the ovary, the ovule, it's something like this in shape, right? And it contains the neck canal cells. And here this contains the ovule. This is ovule, and this space is basically known as venter, and these are basically neck canal cells, and here it is the antherozoids. These always will basically, these are sperms, or you can say antherozoids. So basically they will get attracted towards the ovule by chemotactic movement. By chemotactic movement, right? Basically this neck canal cells degenerate when this ovule produces the malic acid. They degenerate when the ovule produces malic acid. So they are degenerated by the malic acid, right? If we talk about the spore which is produced, this is spore, right? Basically the spore will develop a wall. This is known as exine. This is known as intine. So after, like, when it will germinate, this exine will get degenerate, right? This will get degenerate and it will produce a stem like this way. So as I told you that this is prostate, like this is how the linear stem is being produced, right? So I hope this is clear to you. If you have any kind of queries, you can ask me in the comment section. I'll be very glad to answer you guys.